Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. It's not the men in your life that matters. It's the life in your men. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You can measure the size of a person by what makes him or her angry. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. Now I know what success is: living your truth, sharing it. Maybe some things aren't meant to be known. Maybe they're just meant to be accepted. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. Everything has to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually. The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection. Despite the heart-numbing frost, my soul is blooming like spring. Everybody stay positive, no matter how negative life gets. At some point, we all look up and realize we are lost in a maze. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. Dream your own dreams, achieve your own goals. Your journey is your own and unique. It is only possible to live happily ever after on a daily basis. Over time, hidden truths morph in the dark soil of deceit into something much worse. There's more to life than simply increasing its speed. Growth is in a series of mistakes. That's the only way you learn. Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. Rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him. Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge. To know that we know what we know, and that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. Heaven does without doing, through its purity. Earth does without doing, through its calmness. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. Time bows to authentic commitment, and it stretches to accommodate it. Notice the difference between being in control and needing control. A life fueled by passions is like riding on the back of a dragon. I very rarely think in words at all. A thought comes, and I may try to express it in words afterwards. Waiting for changing opinions is like waiting for nothing. Always blow your own trumpet. Blowing someone else's is unhygienic. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness. Either you want change or you want comfort, but you can't have both. Everything is hard before it is easy. There are people who have money and people who are rich. The truth is, like salt, men want to taste a little, but too much makes everyone sick. I will continue my path, but I will keep a memory always. You ask me if I keep a notebook to record my great ideas. I've only ever had one. Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more, expect least. Everyone's greatest fantasy is to walk away from the life you lead. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one. The moon does not simply disappear when we are not looking at it. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. Imagination is the highest form of research. Tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. Be brave to stand for what you believe in, even if you stand alone. People ought to fight to keep their law as to defend the city's walls. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. We can't avoid reasoning. We can only avoid doing it well. One mistake does not have to rule a person's entire life. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. Agitate him and ascertain the pattern of his movement. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. You know you made it when your friends tell their friends that you are their friend. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. The language of light can only be decoded by the heart. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Cherish that which is in you, and shut out that which is without, for much knowledge is a curse. Life would be unbearably dull if we had answers to all our questions. Talent is helpful in writing, but guts are absolutely essential. Life, unfortunately, doesn't seem to care what we want. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. People wealth consists upon their freedom, individual resources, and good social life. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. I do maintain that if your hair is wrong, your entire life is wrong. Life isn't worth living unless it is lived for someone else. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. Don't tie your success to anything other than what's inside you. Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up. And regulation entails organizational effectiveness, a chain of command, and a structure for logistical support. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Some people could look at a mud puddle and see an ocean with ships. Stay quiet about your goals. Soon your results will do all the talking. If you derive joy in destroying others, you won't go far in life. Most of what I say is complete truth. My edit button is broken. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. One need not destroy one's enemy. One need only destroy his willingness to engage. Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. People say that life is the thing, but I prefer reading. Every beginning has an end, and every end is a new beginning. Beyond the fiction of reality, there is the reality of the fiction. We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us. Sand lines my soul, which is filled with the breath of the ocean. He was a lonely ghost, uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear. More powerful than the will to win is the courage to begin. Don't share your personal life with anyone. Do not let anyone have anything that could harm you. Never curse a fall. The ground is where humility lives. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Watching my back is the perfect opportunity to stick a knife in it. You never know who you're inspiring or uninspiring. People notice more than you think.